to 16 to 30% of the cases, you will not be able to appreciate the full length of the inferior ulnar canal in a normal OPG. Okay. So the canal is something like when you hang a rope between two nails, it will be hanging. So it will be something like a quaternary fashion, thereby moving away from the tooth apices. It will be little bit advantageous. So the branching pattern of inferior ulnar nerve, this is the most common branching pattern without any extra accessory nerve. This is the second one and third one. So the first one, if it is damaged, chances of paresthesia will be more. The second one, third one, fourth one, because they are having anastomosing branches, the chances of recovery will be more. But this is the most common branching pattern for our unluck. It is there. Classification of the course of the inferior ulnar nerve. Again, there is one more classification. This is a normal linear curve, and this is spoon shape. This is the elliptical curve, and turning, sudden curve will be there. So of all these, the most common is the spoon shaped and the elliptical curve. So IAN location in horizontal and vertical planes. Difference in mandibular canal position can be expected with age and gender. Mental foramen and anterior loop at mental foramen region should be appreciated. So talking about mental foramen, normally it is around 2.5 to 5.5 millimeters, located at an angle of 50 degrees to inferior ulnar canal. So the mental foramen in relation to first molar and premolars. So located between premolars at the apices and distal to second premolars. This is the most common location as per the studies. So location of mental foramen in terms of vertical height, it can be located at the apices, below the apices, or slightly above the apices, that is coronal to the apices. The most common is the below the apices. In case of doubt, when you have a doubt whether the mental foramen, you don't have a CBCT in your area, the best thing is open the flap. How to open the flap? Give a vertical incision in the canine area and then open it distally, take a wet gauze and then apply force with the periosteal, blunt end of the periosteal elevator and reflect the flap. That will not damage your nerve. And one more thing you have to remember is whenever there is severe resorption, the mental foramen will be located at the crest of the ridge. So if you want to give an incision over the crest, never give over the crest, give it slightly to the lingual side. So this is regarding the anterior loop of the mental foramen. The anterior loop of the mental foramen was mentioned in various studies that it is varies from 15 to 30% of the cases anterior loop is there. So what happens if anterior loop is there? So the nerve comes forward, goes back and opens a little bit backward. So something like this. So if you are doing osteotomy like this, thinking that their mental foramen is here, you will damage the mental nerve. So leading to paresthesia. So this can't be identified in majority of the OPGs. So only CBCT can identify it. So if you want to be on the safe side, whether you have CBCT or X-ray, the maximum length of the anterior loop that is reported is 2 to 6 millimeters. So keep away 6 millimeters away from the mental foramen, you will be on the safe side, whether you have CBCT or not. So the buccolingual course varies with age, varies in edentulous cases. So and then if you divide the course of the inferior ulnar canal into posterior 2/3 and anterior 1/3, posterior 2/3 is close to the lingual cortical plate. That is the area where you have to put your strategic implants. So and then anterior 1/3 comes closer to the buccal side. And then the transit point between the lingual side and the buccal side is the first molar. First molar is the area where it changes the track from the lingual side to the buccal side. Senk et al. Has done studies by dividing the mandible from posterior to anterior into 7 sections. We are more interested in 1 to 4 sections. After mental foramen, it's not much important. So the mandibular canal closer to lingual side in dentulous, partially edentulous and dentulous groups in level 1. So level 1 is this one, okay? So and then in level 2 to 5, the lingual cortex in dentulous and partially edentulous is closer to lingual cortex. But for edentulous cases, in severely resorbed cases, the lingual and buccal distance were almost same. Okay, the IAN crosses from lingual to buccal, as I told you before, at the first molar region. So the first molar region is not that much ideal to place implants. The second molar is the ideal location to place your implants. So this is another diagrammatic representation. This is dentulous, edentulous and completely edentulous. So inferior ulnar nerve relation to the cortical plate.